Arsenal are investigating a possible player plus cash deal for Buendia to try and persuade Norwich to sell the highly rated midfielder. Now, for me, if I'm Norwich, I'm not entertaining that because they have no reason to sell. Long gone are the days where you can just bully championship clubs, people, as you lot have seen already. You can't just really rough them up and bully them. Look, Eze was probably the only one in QPR I'd say is a decent fee. The rest, when Ben Rama 30 million, long gone on the days where you could just get these man for 20, 30, what was it, for 10, 15. They're gone. Norwich are, trying to get promoted. If I was Norwich, I'd say, listen, Buendia, there's no need for you to leave. If you want to leave, you can leave at the end of the season. We're probably going to go back to the Premier League. So then, you could stay with us, put yourself in the shop window. If you want to leave, fine. Arsenal have to pay the money to take a player from us mid-season who is playing a very good part in allowing us to try and push for promotion. Like what? He scored at the weekend. Who did they beat 2-0 where him and another player linked with Arsenal in Todd Cantwell did their thing as well. I would like Buendia. Like I said, he gives us adaptability. He can play as a cam, which I would like him to play. I think he could be taught to play deeper in midfield. Again, I don't watch Norwich religiously, but you can see him playing off that right-hand side. I don't know what that would mean for Bukayo Saka, Pepe or Willian. The latter two can't really say anything, but it is what it is. There's pressure on spots. And I would love Buendia. I'd rather get Buendia than these Iscos and all of these sort of guys because I always look at it when it goes wrong. If it was to go wrong for Buendia, there's resale value there. He could be sold. If you take Isco permanently, you're stuck with that. In the same way we're stuck with Willian. Willian, you're gonna have to somehow supplement some of his wages, probably pay him to leave, probably again offer him for free. Willian is gonna be a tricky one, really and truly. And we run the risk of putting ourselves in trouble, people, in the sense of Aubameyang's a quality player. I know he's not playing like one, but he's tied down. There's talk of Lacazette signing a new deal. You've got Willian. There could be a lot of aging players on the cusp of things. Apparently Mikel Arteta wants to continue his overhaul of the squad in January, and the emphasis will be primarily to offload players. We have heard that has to be done first. So again, I do think Joe Willock could go out on loan, but it's a gazy one because you're looking at depth now. Partey is coming back into full fitness, but we haven't got much midfield bodies. And like I said, when you look at Nelson, the Joes, the Mustafis, the El Nenes, there's bare players I'd let leave permanently or go out on loan, but I'm always wary of being mid-season and disrupting and dropping bodies and stuff because if injuries happen, El Nene shouldn't be at this club, but, we've had a lot of injuries and we've had to overplay my man sort of thing. So Joe might stay, but Joe should be pushing to go out on loan. I think he's comfortable at Arsenal, but he's not going to develop unless he's playing week in, week out. And in periods, you've seen Joe Willock, he's got a little spot in the team, he's held on to it, but he's never really held on to it. And I think he needs to go out on loan or go somewhere where he's going to play week in, week out. And that's the only way he's going to develop. Same goes for Eddie Nketiah as well. Personally, I'd let Eddie go out on loan. You've got Balogun there at least for 6 months that can be utilized. Martinelli can go through the middle as well as the usual suspects up front. Obviously, you have to be wary of form. Apparently, swap deals are a thing, but Norwich, who are they going to take? Who would you want? That's the thing. As a Norwich fan or as a Norwich as a club, who would you want from Arsenal? You'd probably want these young G's on loan. That's about it. You wouldn't want El Nene and Mustafi and Socrates and all them. They're gonna big wages, crap players. It's crazy. It's gone on to talk about the swap deals. Apparently, there's already been early discussions with Buendia's agent about what a deal could look like, although it's still considered some way off. Now, that's just clearly us putting the feelers out, gazing if this could happen. That's a common thing. I do think, Reiss Nelson would be good at Norwich. Norwich do like a light-skinned player and they make them play well. Mac Tarrans, Jamal Lewis, Josh Martin, former Arsenal player, formerly Jacob and Josh Murphy, the twins. I think you'd be good there. I think Joe Willock and Eddie Nketiah are the ones that need to get game time the most. Nelson the same, but I'm a bit biased to Nelson because obviously if he was here, he'd get game time. Daniel, money talks in football. If you want to pay money, you have to make it happen. Apparently their boss has insisted he's going nowhere. And like you can see, like I said, money talks. The only thing that matters in this life, in football, in a sense, is the cash, people. Norwich want at least 40 million. Where are we going to find 40 million mid-season? We didn't even have 40 million to put towards Buendia. I mean, to our one that, so where are we going to get that? Because you look at our team, not too many players are going to raise funds for us. We didn't get a little loan fee off Saliba, a little 2 million that could have been thrown in. We ain't got 40 million. you know. So maybe, you know, we could get that down if we offer a Nelson or Willock on loan, in which I'd be up for, you know. I'm actually on selling Eddie. I'd say Eddie and Joe Willock, send them there on loan, sort of thing. Let them do their thing. But I don't think it's gonna happen, people. So that is what it is in that regards. But I would love Buendia. And as I said, I knew he scored at the weekend. He scored a great goal against Barnsley. And he also, a game that stands out for me in my head is the game where they scored, where him and Cantwell scored. So yeah, man, hopefully there's some positivity in that regards, people. Let me stop sharing screen for a sec. Big up everybody locked in. Please make sure you're not